Hey there. Hey Dylan.
How's things?
All good, all good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. One sec. I
Sweet.
see we're waiting. Are we waiting on just one on your side, or how many people are we waiting on?
Yeah, just one on our side. My other designer is not feeling well. No, yeah, not feeling well. So only one designer will be joining on this call. My CEO
No,
as well is not available. Yep,
no problem. That's fair enough. How are you getting on?
not too bad. How's your week been?
It's okay. Not too bad as well. Just kind of tipping along. It's the start of the month, so you know yourself,
Yeah,
getting
makes
going.
sense. Oh yeah, it's it's the start of a new month. Time fly by.
It's,
And
it's grand.
hey Siren.
Hey, Joseph. Hello.
Nice to meet you. I think we're just waiting on one additional person on my side,
Sure thing.
and then we can kick off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I suppose just for today's call, obviously, was to go through a quick demo and then pricing as well.
Yep.
And then just for yourselves, then I take it. I guess it's just Joseph, you want me to show Sarah what you had seen from me on
Mm.
Friday, is it?
Yeah, I think a brief overview will do fine. Yeah,
Oh,
because I
perfect.
shared over
No
the recordings from the last call as well. So, but yeah, a brief walkthrough will be great.
Any questions?
Um, no, I think more on in terms of the workflow of having across different users and
Mhm.
the process of like pushing it to staging and so that we can do QA and then launching, so like kind of the end-to-end workflow, just kind of have an idea of how that works, especially when we have uh, content writers writing some of the contents on our blog or some of these pages, as well as our CEO reviewing some of the contents as well. So like just having a sense in terms of user permissions, who has control over what along the process, that would be incredibly helpful.
Yeah, no worries. Well, look, that sounds good. Yeah, definitely be able to show that now today. So I suppose Sarah and Oscar are both new, and so we can just start off with a quick round of intros. That sounds good, and then I can kickstart giving you another look at Framer.
Sounds good.
Sound good? Perfect. So again, just for yourself, Sarah, I am Dylan. I'm part of the commercial team here at Framer, and yeah, I'm based in the UK, but I'm from Ireland, and it's a pleasure to meet you. I'll uh,
Nice to
I'll
meet
pass.
you, Glenn.
Thank you. I'll pass it over to Oscar.
Hey, my name is Oscar. I run the commercial team here at Framer. I've been here for 6 years, so hopefully I can help answer some of the more technical or in-depth questions that you have.
Beautiful.
And yeah, we're a big fan of ContactOut. We use it for finding emails for recruitment and such.
Really nice, nice, great to hear
Yeah,
that. Because we have been always hearing folks using our competitors, so it's all right, we understand, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Now ContactOut is it's super simple. We use the Chrome plugin,
Nice.
and yeah, that's cool.
Beautiful. Good to meet you, Oscar.
Sounds good.
Cool. So just maybe on our side, I'm Joseph. I'm the head of product design and content here at ContactOut. So yeah, our team is responsible for the design, everything that you see, the look and feel of our websites, all the way from our marketing pages to our blogs to our Chrome extension to our web app as well. Our team's increased job scope also covers the content side as well. So one of the things that we are pushing forward this year is content marketing, something that we have noticed that other folks have done. That's something that we want to push down as well with another touch of founder-led branding. So helping our CEO to amplify his personal brand as well as we are looking at bigger deals. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Uh,
And Siren here. So I'm helping Joseph to like also on the content marketing, all the way from managing the content, creating content to on the design front, to lay out everything. Yeah, so try to see if there are any opportunities on partnership and working together with Framer here.
Perfect. Delighted to hear. So yeah, I suppose I'll bring you through and kickstart off having a look at the product.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Excellent. So look, this is just as you can see here, this is the Framer platform. This is where you'll do all your work in for Framer. As you can see here, it looks quite familiar, I would guess. So on the left here, you have the pages. The pages make up anything to do with your website, all the pages on your website, and then you have all the different breakpoints. Breakpoints are the different screens that you will see on your pages on. So if we look here for a quick second, you can see this layout here. If we just, for example, grab this here, change that back over, click publish, update. As you can see here, that pretty much updates that straight away onto the website. So if we go here, have a look at the live website, you can see here how quick and easy it was to have that up live running straight away. But let's say I go back, keep in mind this layout here. Say we come back, change this layout here, back to where it was, hit publish again. As you can see, the change has been made here. Hit publish, click back on this. That layout has been now changed over the other side. So this just shows, just very simply, how quick and easy it is to make changes with Framer. It can literally be done by the click of a button, and it's all very, very, very straightforward. On the right hand side, then we have the properties panel. This is just what makes up the different properties throughout the website. And then, for example, then we have then we have our panel here and our assets panel. So our assets have all our components. So for example, our top bar up here, our button, blog cards, and then as we come down, we have different styles. So these styles are seen throughout the whole website. So if I make any changes to this heading here, wherever that is present on that website, it will make that change straight away for that there. And then we have the different colors that make up the website. And then we can make them changes pretty much straight away throughout the whole website. So then, Joseph, you had mentioned, and Sarah, about kind of user controls and having more control over your whole website.
Yep.
So how that will work here with Framer is, as I showed you the other day, Joseph, is, for example, if I want to invite Oscar to this project, you can have unlimited amount of viewers on your project, but you can control what Oscar or what Siren, whoever's on the project, has access to. So whether it's you just want them to have access to design, you want them to have access to all the content, so all the fields that are going to be filled out, and then you can choose who can deploy the website.
Gotcha.
So this way, it's giving you back more control of your website. You can decide who does what and what they're able to do. So therefore, it's more accessible, you're in more control, and you get to say what goes live.
Gotcha. So for this, Dylan, if let's say we have a staging server, you want to kind of put it on the staging side, like how we currently do right now, just to do a bit of QA, how would that fit in? Is it something like we know we need to use? Because I was reading the case study you shared over from Lottie Files. They were using an open source software like Growth Books to help them with the A/B testing, and so I'm just trying to figure out that workflow. One for A/B testing, but I'm also actually just putting into staging, of course, to test it out before we kind of push it live.
Yeah, Oscar, can you take that one?
For sure. So within Framer, there's a few different terminologies for staging. So Dylan, if you hit the publish button, then if you would have a custom domain set here, then you would see two domains. at the top. So you would see at the top, you would see your top domain, and then at the bottom, you would see your staging domain. And these two can run two different versions of Framer. So you can use one of them to do your local changes. And then when you want to take it live to customers, you can update the main domain to show the latest site. And if you go to site settings, Dylan, then at the bottom on domains is where you would hook up the domain. And if you scroll down here, or go to staging and versions to the left, then in here you're going to see all of the versions of what you've deployed so that you can roll back, but you will also see which domain is pointing to which version. So you can see, are they on the same or are they on different?
Gotcha. So for Oscar,
and then for A/B testing,
oh, so sorry.
Yeah.
For
No,
Oscar,
please go ahead.
when you're saying rollback, so how would I roll back a version here? Would I have to restore a backup, or just simply clicking on the version number and then
to the right of Dylan's name, there's going to be a name of which domain is on that version, and then you can click like revert to this.
Okay, gotcha.
And then for growth books or for A/B testing in general, there's a few different ways that you could set this up. One is you can duplicate pages so that you have two different pages running on Framer. And then you would just add what Dylan's showing here. You would just add the growth book SDK to the head tag. And then in growth book, you would set up your feature flag in. So you would say like 50% of traffic to landing page 1, 50% of traffic to landing page 2.
Yep. Okay, gotcha. So that is, it sounds like a custom setting that we will have to do on ourselves as well. Yep. Okay.
Yes, it's an integration. It's relatively straightforward. There's only two things you need. It's adding the SDK and adding whatever conversion rate metric that you add.
Yep.
But I think Dylan will show you a proposal for the enterprise package, and with that we do give you support, and I can give you some guidance on how to set this up.
Okay, that's helpful. Good to know. And something just slipped by my... right. In this, is there a concept of like a branching for Framer? For, let's say, if it's a design team of one, it's not too much of an issue because there is only one user on it. But in the scenario where I have a designer on the page, I have another content writer on the page, when, if let's say in the case where I both have the ability to publish, how would that work? Is there a way to control, or like I have to just go back to set settings and then under staging and versions and kind of look from there? Yeah.
I can take this one. So we are developing something called draft publishing, which means that you can publish part of the website and leave other parts unpublished. Internally, we already have a few mocks for this, so you can set a page as draft and it won't get published. So it's something that we're working on, but generally we're not going to build out any type of branching. It's like a completely collaborative approach in Framer, but more kind of like a draft system where you leave something to be unpublished. But as Dylan showed, every time you make a change and you hit publish, you will see a change log of what's about to go live.
Yeah.
With the avatar of who's doing what. So you can then go in and see, okay, what are they working on right now?
Gotcha. Okay.
And the way that we do this internally is that we use an internal staging URL where we publish everything. And then we make sure that all the updates that people are working on are good when we do a full publish onto the website.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so based on what I understand, let's say in the instance, Framer.app is the staging server. We do the designs and updates here, copy here, we publish to the Framer.app site, which is like our staging. And if that is A-OK, I could publish the same to the custom domain But in the event where there are still folks updating to the staging side, it just means that we just have to overlook it. So I can't push something that I've pushed to staging over to the custom domain. Does that make sense? Yeah.
You can, but it's everything at once.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, cool. No worries.
Yeah. But we have a prototype for how to do draft publishing, so it's not the long out before we have. But usually teams that work with less than 10 editors don't really run into any issues like this. Some of the larger customers that we have, there are like maybe 50 or 60 people in one site project.
Yeah.
They start getting into a few of these issues, but I think you're gonna realize that it's pretty easy to get an overview of this.
Sounds good. Yeah. No, I'm just like kind of future facing also, but yeah, makes sense. Especially when we kind of,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, especially when we kind of think of not hiring like an army of content writers, but in the event. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Oscar.
Perfect, excellent. Any other questions that we can answer?
Sarin, do you have any questions?
So far, all good.
Perfect, excellent. So then as well, something that you mentioned is that you have Pipedrive as a CRM system.
Yes.
Yeah, so look, I'll just give you a quick look as well here. So as you can see on our website here on Framer, this is our form.
Yeah.
So this is something that you'll be able to implement on your website. So pretty much you're able to drag and drop this form onto your website. Obviously people fill out this form as the information that you want, as I'm sure you did Joseph.
Yes.
But then from here, what will happen is this is what you then see in Pipedrive. So or what your sales team will see in Pipedrive is all the leads then that have come in and that have to be actioned, and that have to be moved forward there from there. So as you can see, then it's a clean process from getting it from here, from your website, in with the lead funnel and straight into your CRM system with Pipedrive.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. In terms of the compliance, it looks like it's in compliance as well. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then and then just the other thing that you had mentioned is with content management and content marketing being something that's going to be a big play for you guys moving forward this year. Is I can give you a quick look then as well, just at what our CMS looks like. So as you can see here is on the CMS, you have all the collections that make up your CMS, like your blog, your legal page. But then in here, then you have the items themselves, or the articles themselves, as you would say. So as you can see here, this is what has to be filled out: the feature page, category, the title of the page itself, and everything that fills up that. So for example, if we want to go and have a look, as you can see here, this is change your blog, change your design, and you can see kind of what this page looks like. So pretty much for your team, if they want to make any change, let's just say we want to change this, and we want to change it real quick. I've quickly made that change there, and then I hit publish, update, and as you can see here is once we come over to this, that has changed there very, very quick and easy. It doesn't take much time at all. And then if you want to come down to the individual, if you want to come down and you can have a look here, bear me now for a moment, is for example, sorry for a second. If you have a look then, if you want to add like a new item, here you go, very quick and easy. Here's all the sections that they have to fill out again. And then if you want to edit any fields, you want to add any more content in, for example, another image, files that someone can download, like a PDF, especially for yourselves. I know that's a big thing for content marketing, is having PDFs loaded in, so you'll be able to have that file added in, so people then can be able to download that file and for more information. And I know also that's important, for capturing for a lead flow as well as things move forward. Something I'm well aware of. But then as well, if we come back from here and we go down and we have a look at the pages, we go here, as you can see, this is then changed on this page. It has skyrocketed your blog, and you can see that this change has already been made over here as well.
Gotcha.
And for an example, then, if we come down and have a look at the blog, so this is where your team will do this design, and then make all of this design in here for your content management team to literally come in and fill out these fields in the way that I had demonstrated in here. So they'll make these changes in here, and it will just go. It will fill out this template that you and the design team will already have done.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Perfect.
Good. Just curious. In terms of like framers, you know, on your main website under resources like templates and academy, I do notice that you guys have organized things very nicely in categories and different categories and all, and that's something that we are trying to do as well, especially the topics that we are looking to cover is going to be quite a few, be for recruitment, sales, and even like splitting sections inside of it as well. And I noticed that the CMS, in terms of categories, am I able to add multiple categories, or am I just limited to one category? Yeah, from the looks of it.
No, you can add, you can add multiple categories and then filter them. So, you know, and so that way then you're able to filter out what. So one might be, for example, obviously ContactOut as a sales tool. One might be lead generation. One might be prospecting. One might be advancing your deal cycle. You can then have all these categories and all for all these kind of blogs or, you know, learnings that you want to give to people that are coming to visit your website, and that's very easily done.
Okay, gotcha. And that is something that I will just simply add a comma when I'm typing in the categories to just add more categories under the CMS page. Would I be right? I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's one way of doing it, or you make an individual field per category.
Okay.
But this exactly this. So like the structure of how to set up your CMS is exactly what would guide you through on the enterprise support.
Okay, gotcha.
So if you find something that you think looks good on Framer.com or another Framer site,
Sure.
then you would just post in the Slack channel, say, hey, we want to have these 4 categories. How do I structure the CMS?
Yeah.
And then one of our product specialists will show you a few different approaches, because there's always more than one approach, and they have a few pros and cons. But we'd be happy to show you.
Okay, gotcha. Beautiful. Yeah.
Perfect, excellent. I suppose that's everything in terms of Framer. As you can see, it's how quick, how easy it is, how efficient that it's going to be to give yourselves back more control of what you're doing on your website. Spinning up these pages, something that's, as you said previously, has taken a very, very long time to do, especially considering the engineering team are more product focused at the moment and they don't have the time to maybe dedicate to websites. So as you can see, this is going to free up so much more time for them to focus on making ContactOut even better, but also giving you back more time so you can just focus on spinning up these pages, getting more education out to the people that come to your website, and then also then hopefully with the revenue generating pages that are so quick and easy to spin up, increasing then your margin and it being able to increase the revenue on your pages. We're having a more designer focused website.
Yep, 100%. Cool. I'm sure we covered it on the previous call as well. So there are other two concerns for us, and you know, you could help us kind of enlighten us on this. One is migration from our current site and our WordPress content over, because some of these sites we have already built links on, and we have optimized for SEOs, and you know, they have gotten a bit of web authority. What is that process going to look like migrating over to Framer? Is it a manual copy and paste, or is there a plugin, or is that a process that, or do we have to work with a consultancy or agency to help us on that?
Everything that you mentioned there is actually is all an option.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds
So,
like
like,
a
for example,
Yeah.
yeah.
so for
For
example, go on.
um,
Sorry.
for specifically for CMS,
Yes.
you can export the WordPress CMS as a CSV, and you can import it straight into Framer using our CSV import. And for moving the sites, I think Dylan was going to show this, but we have a Figma plugin to bring in designs if you have them in Figma, or we have an HTML to Framer plugin that he's using right now, where you can select elements of a website and then copy it over into a Framer site. So there's a few different ways of moving design, and there's a few different ways of moving content. And then specifically for an SEO migration, there is a little bit of manual work in making sure that the tags and the structure is the same between the two sites, but it's not super complicated.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And depending on the level of service, we could either we are doing it ourselves, or we work with a product specialist on your side, or we work with an agency. From what I'm hearing.
Exactly. So the product specialist would guide you how to do it. So they would kind of like be the support, but you would be the one doing it.
Yeah.
We have experts who can help you migrate. If you give them something concrete, hey, rebuild this CMS, then you can get a quote from them how much it would be.
Okay. Gotcha. Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. Excellent. Anything else that we can cover off before I move into kind of what a proposal will look like with Framer?
That will be off from my side for now. Yep.
Perfect. Sarah, any questions on your end?
I have only one question though. So for some of our pages, we do create sub pages like child page underneath. But then for those pages, I wouldn't want my child page to show up on my blog. Like for example for Notion, like you know you can create your child page underneath, but then it won't show up on the main categories inside my blog. But then would Framer also provide these kind of like child pages underneath a main page?
Not 100% sure that I follow.
So for a child page who nest underneath the parents page, it won't. Yep.
In a CMS or a general static page?
General static page.
Yeah.
So it won't really show up on my main page, but then once you click on it, it goes directly to the child page. Would also Framer support this child page feature?
I'm not sure I follow. Maybe we can take this one over email and then write down, or maybe you could share like a screen share of what you see and what you expect, and then I can give you better support.
Okay, sounds good.
Perfect, excellent. So then I suppose just one thing to want to ask us, like, so
Sure.
how do you feel about Framer and the tool as to what you've seen so far?
Yeah. Based on what I've seen, I think one of the plus points is the similarities with it being like Figma. So having to understand how things work in the rough layout, non-techie or non-developers approach is very helpful. Yeah, so that is good. And then the other one where we were asking about was the permission settings and the restoring of versions and all that. So that is helpful. Yeah, and I think the other part I was looking at was the publishing to staging, and then from staging over to our live production. That was a workflow that we are quite familiar with, and we have this habit of testing and over testing and QAing. So we want to kind of make sure that process is still available or is still present, even if you move over to Framer as well. So that is helpful. Let me see. I think the only other one is just in terms of customization. based on our needs and how much. But I don't. From the looks of it doesn't seem like too much of a problem. One, we can copy and paste over from Figma over to Framer. So I think that should be okay. Yeah. But yeah. So far
Yeah,
the impression has been good.
excellent. So yeah, anything that you do in Figma, you can bring over to Framer. That won't be an issue. So yeah, you'll have all that customability, especially for you guys as a design
Yeah.
team. What we are like Framer is very much the platform and the tool that is the most design team focused. It's made for designers to make things easy for yourself and not having to rely on too much custom code or our developers' needs. It's all very design team focused. And then I suppose then as well, just another question I have is like, how much time do you think you would save with Framer
Oh,
from how you're currently doing things at the moment?
good question. So, like I shared with you earlier in the last one, when we want to kind of publish a new page, for example, all the way from the initial concept or like the brief we kick off and the design, the handover to the dev, it could take anywhere from a sprint, like 2 weeks, depending on where it sits on the backlog of our squads. It could take a month, which is not ideal. So that pace, it's slow. Obviously, with like quick text changes, depending on my relationship and our relationship with the developers, they sometimes can do us a favor and just fit one in, and that could take a few hours to within a day. So that's not too bad, but something that is more substantial could take longer. So with this, yeah, it does give the designers more autonomy and more flexibility in terms of what we can changes that we can make, be updating copy, updating videos, and that saves our developers precious time so that they can kind of focus on more revenue generating type of work that's more focused on the products itself rather than on marketing, which is helpful, but may not be the best use of their time versus working on something on the back end or product related. But the plus side for us, we see, and that's why we are on this journey of looking for vendors that's going to help us with this, is just the ability for us to do a lot more A/B testing and experimentation, because that's something that we are limited by the tools that we have, be it being manually hard coding stuff, to just limitation of what WordPress can offer us at this moment.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Like, as in to save that much time, like as you said, it could take 2 weeks to a month, and to be able to do that within a couple of days, I suppose that speaks of the value there of what Framer could bring. But yeah, look, I'll definitely just bring you through the proposal and give you a look.
Sounds good.
So pretty much what be included is you get one business site, and then how that would work then is you would get your 2.5 million visitors on the site, and then as you can see here, what will happen is you pretty much then get 15,000. It will cost 15K. I've given a 40% discount, just because of the value of how many visitors and stuff like that you have.
Sure.
But as you can see here, is then you're getting dedicated support, and that's going to be something that's going to be massive for yourselves. Getting up and running with the migration and any problems any problems that you would have, and we'll be able to solve and help you out from there. And just making sure that you have best practices in place with Framer, and they'll be able to help you throughout your whole journey and making sure that the migration goes smoothly. Any questions even after that, they're able to help with, which there will be questions. And it's done, as I said, over Slack, so we'll be able to keep things moving quicker, and it streamlines the process as a whole.
Gotcha. Thanks for this. So let me understand help me understand a little more. In terms of one business site, does that mean one domain, or how do you guys classify what is one business site and unlimited pages?
Yeah, that's one domain.
Okay, gotcha. So if we have a staging domain, let's say for contact, so we have contactout.com and as well as contactout.io, which we use for staging right now. That will be considered as two domains. Am I right to say that? Or two business sites?
Oscar, can you share some light on that?
Yeah, just trying to understand.
So staging domains will not be considered different business sites. How we consider a business site is per project and per domain in Framer. So if you run contactout.com on one project, that's one business site.
Sure.
If you then spin up a separate project that is, for example, contactai.com or something, then
okay.
that would be considered a separate business site.
Sure.
But contactout.com/landing page one that is part of the same project is still one business site.
Okay, so for contactout.io will be considered a new business site, Oscar? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Or would you wait? Can you maybe
Sure.
share some light on how many domains you have and what kind of landing pages you would want to run?
100%. So, in terms of domains, we have obviously a bunch that we use for outreach, as with most companies. But in terms of the ones that is on the front end, we have contactout.com, which is our main page. We also have contactout.io, which mainly we use for staging site. Yeah. So we have these two domains. Our current workflow, where what usually happens is that designs that we have done and the dev stuff we have done, we'll push it to our .io site first. One is AOK and everything, then we would take that and replicate and push it over to our .com, which is our production site. Yeah, so that's typically how we work. Yeah, so on my side, what I'm trying to figure out is if it's one business site or two business site based on this. Yeah,
that's one business site. Do you have any standalone or like subsidiaries or sub brands that you would market?
No.
I guess no.
No.
So no, then it would be one site.
Gotcha. And for contactout.com/resources, contactout.com/blog, those are considered pages. Would I be right to say that?
Yes. Yeah. Those are considered pages.
All right. And then if we do, okay, yeah. I think what Siren was trying to refer to is, let's say, in terms of child pages, is like contactout.com/course/module1/something. If I just go down that route, yeah, those will still be considered pages. Yeah. Under this plan, enterprise plan is unlimited, so we can create as many as we want.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. In terms of the CDN, this is Framer's own in-house one, or is it something like you guys are working with a service like Cloudflare or AWS? Or help me understand, because currently we are using Cloudflare, just the free plan, but I'm trying to understand a bit more.
Yeah, the CDN is based on AWS, and on the enterprise plans, we upgrade the tier of the CDN to make sure that you have more pods across the world. So the premium one, I think it has like 256 pods to then be the equivalent of a paid plan on Cloudflare and not the free one. So
very good. Okay, cool. That helps us with in terms of cost consolidation. Cool. Let me see anything else. All right. Yeah, other than that makes sense. Let us take this back and kind of compare the other quotes and plans with other vendors, and we come back again.
Perfect. So I suppose then, in terms of the quote that we've given, where does that, in terms of price, and how does that sit? Is that within budget? Like, what are your thoughts so far?
So in terms of vendors, we kind of looked at, to be transparent, we are looking at a bunch of approaches, all the way from at the very end, very start, which is using Elementor based on our current WordPress site, all the way to using Wix or Squarespace, to obviously the closest competitor is Webflow as well, and then seeing which kind of makes the most sense. One of the big one was obviously whether we really need to use a third party agency to help us with our SEO migration and just making sure things are a-okay. Yeah, based on some quotes that we get is like anywhere from 25 to 50. That's a little over, I would say. A lot more over than what we initially kind of thought of. So yeah. So we're kind of looking at the different options and parts of the plan, and then we'll see which is going to be the best suits our needs.
Okay, that makes sense. So if you're saying 25 to 50 is over, that means 15 is in. That's it. That's in budget.
Yeah, I mean that is like a one-off. So like for Framer, there isn't a one-off cost, right? There's no setup fee. There is it's just a very straightforward. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no setup fee, none of that kind of side fees in order to get up and running. It's just the contract value, as you can see there in the order form, and that's it.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, a lot of what Dylan was showing today is what the Webflow would refer to as page branching. So I'd be curious to hear what you come back with in the different proposals, and then see if there's something we can do based on the feedback that you get, or if you feel like our proposal landed pretty well. But happy to work with you on this and to make sure that you get the SEO migration over smoothly.
100%. Yeah, that's really important for us to say the least. That's how we build our business. So yeah, 100%.
Perfect. And I suppose last thing then is, so what would be good next steps here for ourselves? Would it be that we meet up again, let's say on Thursday or Friday after you've got all the quotes, or like what does next steps look like for yourselves?
Yeah, next week we're having our offsite, so I don't think that's gonna be a good time because we're gonna the whole entire team it's away for that. We can do end of the month would be great. Would be a nice. By then we will have received the quotes and everything, and we've made our internal discussion. So that would be a good time to follow up.
Perfect. But what I'll do then is I will set some time up for to speak on the 22nd, if that sounds good.
Yep.
Perfect. I'll send over an invite now shortly, and it'll be great to catch up then.
Sounds good. Beautiful. Thanks, Dylan.
Perfect.
It's great to meet you both.
Nice to meet you both. If you need anything else during the meantime, catch me on email. That's no problem at all.
Beautiful. Sure thing. Yeah. As always.
Thank you.
I have my note taker taking notes and stuff, so I'm going to share with the rest of my team as well. Yeah. Hope it's all good with you guys.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Beautiful. All right.
All right.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
You too.